Hi guys, today we are going to talk about drawing the horse that we read a story about a pony today in our story. It's one you had heard before, and I hope you enjoyed hearing it again. Horses live on farms, horses eat grass, horses run fast, we ride horses. And so here's the picture that we're trying to draw today. This is the directions that they give us, and I'm going to send you home a copy of that so your parents can print it off. I do my horses just a little bit different, so you can watch the way I do it or you can follow the way the book tells you to do it. I like to start, so remember we do lines, angles, dots, curves, and circles. Circles can be ovals too, and we're going to use an oval today. So I like to start with a dot. And the reason why I do is because that gives me a sort of a frame of reference, and that's going to be our horse's eye, is this little dot. And I draw a line down in front of the eye, and then I do a little curve going back the other direction. Another curve up. And then I start back behind the eye again and I do another curve. All right, so you know they had started, you see, they started with their ears. But I changed that. I started with the eye, but now I'm gonna put the ears on, okay? So I like to just go like that, and maybe I can see the other one in front. And we'll go back and add detail later, all right? So now I've got the head, and I can add, back behind the ears, I like to draw this curve that goes down like this. And they have us putting in an oval. And this oval is kind of gonna be the shape of our horse. Now remember when we did the rectangle with the cow before, this can be erased out later, but it's just to give us an idea of where things are gonna go. So I'm gonna do this curve down, and then I can draw my legs in. Remember, just like we did before, we draw the legs in, and we might not see that back leg, okay, very much. Now I'm using the oval to go around and help my shape, and I have a curve that comes down and a curve that comes down. And we can also put just the part of the other leg back behind. We can see it coming from back there. Now, remember how I said we can erase out some of those lines that go to the oval, and we want to also add some things that we know our horse has. We have their hooves, and we have a nice tail. I just make some, to make the tail, I just make some curves and kind of use that shape for that. And then for the mane, I can do several different things. I can make some curves like that, and I can also make some that go down like that. Just some curves. All right, I'm gonna add some of these things like a nose and a mouth. Now, in our picture, we have a line that goes in the background so that it looks like they're standing on the ground, right? And not just floating in the air. And then we have the barn doors. back there. It's just easier. Let's just do this. We're gonna have a barn door. Here's the barn, but we're not gonna put the crosses in it or anything. If you want to do that when you get your copy at home, you can do that. This is just easier. We're gonna just put some doorknobs there. Okay, a fence. Remember what we did before? We just drew some posts and some lines. That just kind of gives us the idea that there is a fence back there and the horse is not just running wild. Okay, and remember, so there was some trees back here too. And they just are curves, guys, just curves. Sometimes it's easier just to think of these things as little shapes that we know how to do. All right, so they colored theirs sort of a light green. There's the trees in the background, the fence, the barn. They have blue sky. The horse is brown with a black tail, but you know what, can color your horse however you want. Maybe your horse has spots. So go ahead and maybe you want to add some grass. Go ahead and do that and send me pics. I'd love to see what you've done.